Right, cool. This is John from Peach Guitars, and we're here with Kenny from Xotic. How are you?
Good
to
how
see
are
you. Yeah, very well. Cool. What we're going to talk about is some of these really cool new XSC guitars that we've been seeing from Xotic recently. Really, really high spec. New hand-wound pickups, super high-grade woods and stuff. So let me pass it over to you. We'll talk about some of the guitars.
Yeah, so the California Classics, we released it 2 years ago, and it just started slowly growing into this thing now. Pretty much everybody's talking about it. We have Osnoy, Dean Brown, Alan Hines, Michael Thompson on board with us.
They were the guys who alerted me to it. I saw Osnoy playing one, and then obviously got straight in there and put some on order.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys are the first dealers that actually carry anywhere guitars, so that's really cool. So this year we brought in some little fancy, brand new looking guitars. I'm just kidding. But it is brand new. Super heavy aging with these. They all have nitro finishes, so they gotta have that old school vibe to it. And then also
that's what really
a
get
5
close up on that, James. The necks on these guitars, you know, I'm not just saying it because I'm standing here with you now, but these are the best necks. You know, they're just so easy to play. Guys that are concerned about, you know, they don't like maple necks, like maple fingerboard guitars, because they find them too sticky or anything like that, you're not going to have that problem with these. It's got the fingerboard's kind of got the same sort of feel as a rosewood. There's no lacquer on there, but it's got that nice punchy, bright tone of a maple for sure.
Yeah, every single guitar, we have one builder building it, spending hours and hours of time, and making every fret feeling perfectly. No fret edges or nothing like that coming out. Make sure all the neck feels good from up and down, all over. It's just an overall great sounding.
And the price point of these guitars still really come in a lot less than a regular team-built guitar that we've been seeing, and the specs are as good or even higher than what we're seeing from the master-built level guitars. So, tell us a little bit more about your new pickups as well, because it's like all of a sudden it's all seemed to have come together. The pickups, the guitars,
right?
You know, the pedals obviously have always been there.
It was kind of it was one thing becoming two. We obviously wanted to start a new line of the guitars. And now we wanted to get a completely new redesign of the Raw Vintage pickup, one of the Raw Vintage series. Hand wound by our staff. Every day, and we have 3 different types. One being the 50s single coils and the 60s single coils, and then also we have a PAF humbucker.
Like see on this one there,
like right here, you see here. Kind of a loosely wound, not too hot, and it's got that nice woody tone to it. When you hear, it's really it's microphonic. If you play an old PAF, you get that really nice woody tone.
And it's just not loads of power, is it? It's just the extra fatness that you get from the humbucker.
And it's not as noisy, surprisingly not as noisy, and it's a real true single coil. And you really hear the guitar. Like you hear, if you play it acoustically, if you plug it in, you can still hear the guitar. And that's what you want. You know?
Absolutely.
And it works well with pedals and everything too.
The finish is just so thin. It looks so cool on these. And just the thing I just noticed about the guitars just straight away was like, I'm lucky enough to have a couple of old original pre-CBS Strats. And they've just got that sort of, the necks have just got that feel of a lovely old, well cared for guitar. They're always pretty lightweight as well. And there's quite a few options on these guitars. Like you can do them in a full, nitro finish with no aging and stuff.
Very little aging.
Very little aging.
Little aging to suit like medium. We have light, medium, and heavy, and super heavy. And there'll be an upcharge for the super heavy, but everything else comes to.
And this is just something that you've introduced for Namm, and it's going to carry on and roll it out.
Absolutely.
We've got a big order coming in of 10 or 11 guitars that are, start out with some more lightly aged ones, and right through to, some more beaten up kind of looking bits and pieces with 3 single coils and HSS ones. And we've also just purchased this one as well, and this one has got, like we said, that's the 5A grade, is it? The 5A grade roasted maple. That's just killer. Alder body on this one?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So you also offer ash bodies on like the 50s style ones as well, which we've seen.
Rosewood board or maple board.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about some of the other guitars that you
we also have the XS series, which is one of our original guitar lines. More of a modern, smaller horn, if you can see this. Smaller body.
great finish.
Yeah, we have it in red sparkle. We could obviously do in any.
There was
sparkle.
a Chris Duarte one, which was like the gold sparkle.
Yeah, kind of inspired by him. We also make a Telly style guitars, a little more modern. There's more options you could get from. So you could get like a 6-screw, a 2-screw Goto, or a Wilkinson on the bridges, or pickup configurations. You can make it more modern.
Yeah. Of course, I forgot to mention all of the guitars have got your saddles.
Yeah, Robin just brings the saddles. If you would like, that's part of the options too.
Yeah.
So it's more of a modern player. If you really want to customize everything.
Yeah.
An XSC or XSC. There's not so much options.
No, of course,
because we want to stick to the
specs.
tradition.
The specs are great on these,
Right.
and you've done the right thing, giving them 22 frets and wiring for the bridge pickup and stuff like that
it's
as well.
A slight little burst of modern, but it's still keeping it traditional.
Absolutely.
But the XS is more of the modern players that wants versatility.
Of course.
And the further versatility.
Yeah. I guess a lot of our customers would have already seen the Alan Hines soul-driven pedal. Yeah. How's the response been to this one?
Fantastic. You can't. Unfortunately, thankfully and unfortunately, we're out of stock, and all our dealers.
I was expecting it to be. I thought, when I first saw it announced, it was going to be basically just like a modded BB, but it is very, very different.
It's completely new design. It's not. It's nothing. You can't. It's not a.
No, it's not. It doesn't sound like any of the other pedals, does it?
Yeah.
But it's still got that nice, warm musicality that all the pedals have got already as well. So.
Yeah, it's still got the exotic quality to it, the exotic characteristics.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
And they all work really well through clean amps and stuff as well, don't they? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, cool. I'd really like to touch on some of these nice basses as well that we're going to get ordered up and into the shop. So you're obviously going with some more traditional stuff here.
These two are prototypes. This is the XJC.
Yeah.
Which is more the modern nitro finish, just like our XSCs.
This is my favourite era of bass as well, like with the
block
absolutely,
all passive. Traditionally, we all been using passive pickups, but with active electronics for EQs and whatnot. But we completely took that out, keep it super modern,
vintage,
stripped it down, vintage, 2-volume, 1-tone.
These your pickups as well?
Yes, we hand wound in completely different pickups now too. We're still in the process of in the prototype, figuring out exact pickups and capacitors and whatnot. But so far, we're getting really great reviews.
Yeah.
Also, this is the XB54 5-string, which is kind of a little tip to the hat to that old Telly bass. Yeah. That the guys from Green Day
and with
used.
a 5-string as well. It's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is that it's got the thing called the BMC, bass mid boost, or bass mid control, where you could point out a certain frequency and either boost or cut it to make it real ugly sounding, to make it nice, warm, and woody as well.
That's super cool. And stuff like this as well. It's got that like 50s custom colour.
Yeah.
And like almost the inlays almost match up with that on there as well, don't they? It looks really sweet.
These light up. These are standard XJs and the exotic basses that we've been making for the past 15, 16 years.
Wow.
And this is our lightweight model, and this is our standard model.
Yeah.
A little heavier, but he's got that nice traditional
punch,
sound.
really big old bridge on there as well.
We're really known for our low B string being super big and punchy, and it's been really good.
And it seems you're getting, more and more players, really well-known players are coming and playing the basses and the guitars, like we said. Great guys like Alan Hines and Osnoy. Were they guys that were kind of? Did you work together with them, or did they approach you, or you go to them?
Kind of a mutual thing, like word of mouth, all that stuff, and we've been friends with all these guys already.
Yeah, of course, with the pedals.
Exactly. So it was kind of an easier way for us to be like, hey, we also make guitars, and all right, let me check it out. And just eyes open.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and they're definitely. Obviously the shapes and everything, we can see what they're based on, but I really don't think they're just another, Me Too. It's, you've really refined a lot of the specs, and they certainly will appeal to, players that are, interested in the original old guitars and stuff as well. But just straight away, I noticed with the pickups, you're not just going with anything like super modern and really hot. No. They're really nice and low, aren't they? It's got a really nice woody chimey sound.
We're still paying respect to Leo. We're still paying respect to the traditional. He already had it down. Yeah. So it's our turn to kind of make it like, hey, how about if we do this?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh yeah, let's definitely do that.
And these are all made locally?
Yes,
as
made
well,
in the
yeah.
U.S.
Yeah.
Made in our office in Van Nuys, California.
And it's literally one guy that makes
One guy making it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was probably pleased to see our big order, but a bit like,
oh yeah,
hard work ahead of him.
I mean, I'm the guy that just take the orders and go, all right, here you go. And then the
Well,
guy's
he hasn't got to rush them. They can just be 100% perfect till he's happy.
oh yeah,
with it
he's
as well.
not. He's always like, no, I'm going to take my time, spin every single guitar, put all my love into it.
Yeah.
Every single guitar has its own thing, and that's what is really cool about our
Well,
guitar.
all the all the pictures of the ones that I've seen that Toshio's been posting and stuff. They look even better each time. So it's good to see the guitars are really getting.
Yeah, we
better.
finally, I think, finalized our design. And,
So there's I don't think we've got any on order yet, but there's a full telly version like this now. Then like a Nitro.
At some point.
At some point. Okay, cool.
In our I was about to forget to tell you, but on the XS series and the XT series, there's also an option for a nitro finish and roasted maple neck as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can kind of make it almost like a XTC, I guess.
Yeah.
That could be an option too.
No, I think they'll be really cool as well.
Yeah.
And just one final thing is all the guitars come with gig bags.
It comes in hard shell cases.
Hard cases.
TSA approved.
Okay. Right,
SKB cases.
Yeah, because the first few that we had the bags, but I really
the
like
medium
those.
Yeah,
I
those
really
are cool
like
too.
them. Yeah. So.
But I feel like you want to have a more sturdy case.
Well, none of the customers moan that it comes with a hard case, whereas they do with a bag sometimes. But there you go.
Especially if it's
No
like
problem.
a TSA approved hard shell case.
Oh yeah, no,
Can't
that's great.
complain about that.
And it's easy to buy, nice bags
Exactly.
and stuff as well, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
No, great. Well, many thanks for your time, and look forward to receiving our guitars.
So if any more information, come to exotic.us or contact Peach Guitars.
Perfect. Cool. Cheers.
See ya.